that I put together for you after we had the November meeting on annexation, and a proposal that Mayor Pro Tem had put forth that would guarantee that we could not get signatures for a petition. And so I was showing that none of us could apply for a permit. Now, we did clear our lot up there, and I know I can't build a house. There's a 30-foot setback on both sides of the creek runs through it, and 15-foot side yard setbacks and 30-foot in back, and it has 165% setback. But there was a loophole that you could build if you didn't disturb more than just a patio size, and so I went to David Curry. Could I build a garage? I know I have no water, can't use water, but could I build a garage I could store stuff? And he said, that's an accessory building. I said, that's right. I said, well, you can't build an accessory building unless you have a primary building. I said, but I can't build a primary building. That's right. But I want to build an accessory building. Well, you can't. I've been told by two folks sitting at this table that as long as my property is still worth $1, according to seminars that people have been to, it's not a taking. I'm 70 this year. I got a 13-year-old, 16-year-old. I'm trying to provide for my family, so we invested in lots up there. Someone on the council said that, well, Wade wants to make money on this. Well, yeah, I do. I would like for us to be able to talk and work and sit down, because we have shown in the actuarial things I put together, $1.5 million profit plus a permanent annuity to the taxpayers if we develop this property. And that's developing over 17 years. The notion that we can't talk about it, when you said that you'd already had a meeting, that really upset me, because what happened when I requested this, you pulled it from the February agenda of the retreat and said that you would we couldn't talk about it further until y'all wrote a letter to all the property owners. Do you remember that? That you were going to write a letter to all of the property owners up there explaining your position, and then we could consider a special meeting. That letter was never written, and now to say that it's been discussed, it makes me sad.
Thank you, Wade. Anyone else? Oh, Bill?
Bill Hollins, 116 Shenandoah Terrace. I want to talk a little bit about legal matters before the council. And I just want to share some experience with you. I was on the town council for 11 years, and we had a major lawsuit while I was on the council. I've been in business working for a large company for 30 years, and also was involved in some legal matters. They're not fun. They take an inordinate amount of time for your staff to prepare documents, to prepare testimony. Each of you will be deposed. You will spend hours doing that. You will attend meetings with the attorneys. You will be perhaps going to arbitration, spending time there. You'll spend some court time. This is costly to our town. There will be attorney fees, and I know that some of them are covered by insurance, but not all of them. I urge you, when this matter comes before you in the closed session, to think seriously about settling this quickly out of court. Think about that. This is an extremely costly proposition in time and money for the town. I'm not a part of the suit, nor do I support it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Anyone else? Emery?
Emery Underwood, 120 Conduit Road. And over the time, I've had different thoughts about where the town council building ought to be. But right now, I think it's going to be important that we make comments about the location they picked, or we'll never have a chance to talk about it. I tend to favor the subdued colors that they showed. When it comes to all the electronics, and it doesn't really matter where we go, I think we need to look into a lot of wireless. When I built my house, I put in wires all over the house. Now I've got wireless all over the house. And those wires are still there. So I do think we want to look at whatever electronic stuff we do. We could put easily, if we wanted to, we've got a camera back here. It wouldn't take much to put it up on YouTube or something like that. And maybe people all around other parts of the country could look at the meetings when they wanted to. So this would be something I think we could do at whatever location we pick, but I do like the current plan better than what plans I've seen in the past and the more subdued colors. So regardless of what our thoughts are about where it should be, I think we need to talk about the current plan that we see.
Thank you, Emery.
Grace Nichols, 527 Swanee Drive. I have been in the meetings of all the town council for many years. I have observed and the time frame when the process was beginning to find a town hall. I even talked with people that seem to now be opposed to it, saying, oh, a new town hall from Florida Terrace. So that's the location. Very little to do. All of a sudden, something happened, and over the summer there was this turmoil. And so the turmoil started. I attended all the meetings. I have witnessed the listening of this council. I would like to say, that people get upset when people say, oh, the town is not listening, the council is not listening. But it's clear and obvious that the discussion that we've been seeing over the months regarding the design of the building, the council not only considered, but they even concurred with the suggested changes, as we saw tonight. I can remember the people saying the Taj Mahal as we were sitting here in this room last April and May. The building was downsized, the Arkansas access was removed. Francis Burris commended the council on that, and the building was given a more residential appearance. The council listened, considered, and in this case concurred. When people expressed dislike for the Florida Terrace site, the council listened and asked for suggestions. Suggestions were made, sites were evaluated, and the evaluations were explained. Council asked people to comment on these sites. This was not treated as a poll, for it would be illegal to do so. This was a way to get ideas and hear concerns and suggestions. The council carefully read and considered each comment that was returned. They listened, they concurred with some of the comments, but not others. Listening and agreeing are not the same thing. It was impossible to end up agreeing with every comment, but it was not impossible to consider every comment. Early on in this process, feedback was solicited, and citizens suggested what they could explore, like a thermal energy, and that was in the process now. I'd like to say that the council has responded to people's concerns by email, phone, personal conversations over and over. They have discussed and addressed the concerns in their meetings, and I've heard it with my own ears. I want to thank them for trying hard to hear all of our voices and for trying to be patient as they do the job they were elected to do.
Thank you, Gracie. Janie?
So Janie Moore, 100 Fish Road. I recently noticed that the claim has been made that the lawsuit that has been filed might be dropped if the council agrees to a moratorium on any activity on Florida Terrace for 1 year. So let's break down what that means. The way I see that, it's a little disturbing to me because it says when you don't get your way when the council votes, you sue them. Then you tell the council that if they obey you, you'll remove the suit. So first you threaten, Then you entice by offering to remove your threat. This just doesn't seem like healthy behavior to me. And what if the council did allow itself to be manipulated in this way? What would then happen in a year if they decided to continue with the Florida Terrace site? Will the lawsuit then be refiled after a year of inactivity? It seems likely by the way this has been going. I would hope that the town does not respond to this type of coercion. That would simply open the doors for any unhappy constituent to think that this is a valid way to exert an unhealthy and manipulative type of control over the property elected officials who are doing their job. They have the right to make the decision. It was just said that the designs were being put out there and it hadn't been decided. It's been decided. It was decided in October. It was decided again last month. They've made the decision, and we need to go ahead and maybe move on and look at which color we like. What do we want for wireless? That was a gorgeous building. It was right inside. It is right in style with the other buildings. It's not bigger. It's the same size or smaller. It's going to fit in fine. You can see it and love it if you want to, or you can avoid seeing it if you don't want to. If you have a hard time finding it, or if it's trouble for you to get there, call one of us and we'll take you. It's not a problem. We're all neighbors. We'll help each other out. We'll help each other get there. We'll help each other find it. I'm not sure what all the sounds are that I'm hearing, but I mean that. I will help you get there if you can't find it. And I will drive you there. I live on the opposite side of town, but it is so close. This is a small place. We can work together and move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Anyone else? Okay. Oh, Francis.
I'm Frances Kennedy, and I live in Black Mountain, but part of my life and part of my time is in Montreat, since that's been in our family since Montreat was founded. And we have a house here on Graybeard Trail. Now, what I want to ask you, I asked you at the last meeting I came to. Nobody that I have heard speak give any reason why the location for town hall should be on Florida Terrace. Who is going to get to that place? Who's going to get from that place? What is the town council going to do when we have all these young people here for the summer, all the kids in all the programs, all the activities that go along on Montreat College, and nobody has told me why that is a reasonable location for the center of the business of town of Montreat. I'm yet to hear one reason why Florida Terrace is a good location for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Anyone else? Tom?
I haven't got a speech. Tom Fritz, 98 First Road. I haven't got a speech, but I just really can't understand. After all of this, talking with the mayor and the town manager, what they said, why we can't try, make a proposal to annex and see what happens. I mean, you would solve the problem of the division. Give us a chance. I mean, we're talking, it would have no lawsuit. There'd be unity here. Just listen a little and give us a chance, and not all this psychology 101 about us getting along and all that, but just give us something solid where we can talk to each other and try to come up with a good solution. This is something that we've all been preaching for months and months and months, and to say that we haven't been trying to compromise is just ridiculous.
Thank you, Tom. Anyone else? Our meeting dates are Planning and Zoning will meet on the 15th at 7 o'clock in this building. The Town Services Office will be closed on January 19th in celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. The rescheduled household garbage and recycling collection date is Tuesday, January the 20th, beginning at 8 a.m. in the morning. Agenda items are due on January the 30th at 5 p.m. in the Town Services Office. Agenda packets will be available on February the 3rd on townofmontreat.org or in the Town Services Office. The February Land Care meeting will be on February the 4th, somewhere in Montreat. The February agenda meeting will be on the 5th at 7 o'clock in this building, and the council meeting will be on 12th at 7 o'clock in this building.
Do we have the board of adjustment date?
Board of Adjustment date,
It's on the thing.
It will be on the 29th.
Oh, 29th of
Okay.
January. Okay.
sorry, 29th of January will be the Board of Adjustment. And do you know where you're going to meet? Here?
It'll
Here.
be like it on this building.
Okay. Thank you. Now the board is going into closed session, so that motion, please.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we enter into closed session in accordance with North Carolina General Statute 143, 318, 113 for attorney consultation regarding the civil action. Carolyn Zoe Crowder, John L. Curry, Nancy B. Thomas, Henry W. Darden Jr., and wife Carolyn V. Darden plaintiffs versus the town of Montreat defendant.
Second?
Second.
Those in favor? Thank you.